Hello everybody, we are back with both week 8 and 9 of this 4th year in the Old Dominion Dynasty. Week 8 is just a quick bye week, and we're going to look at Ryan Cutler and Ronaldo Wheeler, two newest commitments to the program. And if you haven't noticed, I like to over-recruit. I like to recruit more guys than I need, because then it's better to have more than not enough and just scraping by on like 1-star guys and walk-ons, which are garbage. So I over recruit and then I cut off kind of the bottom guys until I get to the necessary amount of players that I need. So that's why I over recruit, because then you can cut off the loose ends, the guys that you don't really need, the lower end guys, and work with the upper end guys that you do get. We're looking at some receivers and running backs here. Paris Bennett, a little bit more of a power back, not as speedy, but overall balanced. Antoine Hopkins, a little more speed back, although his acceleration could use a little work. He has good speed, but his acceleration a little bit more of a concern. And Matt Gardner. So looks like we'll get Gardner unless somebody jumps in late, tries to get him. Here's the players of the week from the last week that we looked at, week 7, because I didn't include that in the previous video. And up next, guys, got an important matchup, and there's a guy we're going to be going up against, Pancho Thomas, the Florida International. But first, after week 8, after we move on to week 9, Matt Ryan, not the Atlanta Falcons quarterback, but a receiver coming out of high school, has committed, and he's so far really our best looking recruit that we've been able to grab. And then Mike Butler, a middle linebacker, again over recruit. Butler might not be kept at all. He might get cut off, but in the event that we can't get anybody good enough, he'll be in there for depth purposes. It's a rainy day here at SB Ballard Stadium, and it is a packed house, as Old Dominion is atop the East Division standings. But FIU, neither team has lost a conference game, so this is a very important game. Somebody's going to experience their first conference loss. Old Dominion's hoping it's not them. But we've been on a very hot streak as of late. The team is playing very well. And really, when you look at it, Old Dominion is 3 points away from possibly being undefeated. That Michigan game came back, made it close. Of course, just didn't have enough time at the end. It didn't quite work out, but the way that game started was really a blowout, and Old Dominion almost came back and won. So, very important game today in the East Division race between these two teams. If Old Dominion can win, they'll be 4-0 in conference play and looking good. Donald Simmons on the kick return here, weaving in and out, gets to about the 25, 26-yard line. And there's David Dixon. He's a very good running back, but he's struggled as of late. Had a couple of games where he just hasn't performed too well. He's been a little bit off, hasn't been getting those big gains, or really not even that many carries. He's been getting tired a little bit more lately. I think the season's wearing on him a little bit. Here on third down, Brendan Nelson just short. He fought hard. His legs were driving, and don't normally like to go for it in this part of the field, but it's just inches to go, so Melvin Vaughn, the fullback, powers ahead and gets the first down. Not generally advised to go for fourth downs early in the game and this deep in your own territory, but it can work if it's inches to go. And Brady Massey on a little bubble screen. Things are working nicely so far for ODU. So moving forward around midfield, Dixon gets the handoff, cuts to the right side, and does nicely to get 6 yards there. 2nd and 4 would lead to 3rd and 2 on a play action, and this works out beautifully. Look who it is, it's Brady Massey again. 3rd and 2 is generally a running down, but the play action worked there to fake the defense out, and now a little option on 3rd and 5. Lots of third downs already for Shane McCarley as he moves ahead for goal line situation. 1st and goal, shotgun for ODU. Hand off to Dixon, who's going to get about 3 yards. Maybe around the 3-yard line is where he's going to be spotted. So under center, going to try giving it to Dixon again. Can he get in? He's stopped just short. They drag him down about the 1.5-yard line. Dixon's going to get it again, and for the 3rd time in a row, it matters. this time because he scores. 3 consecutive gives to Dixon, and he punches it in. 7-0 for Old Dominion. And a good start. Good start for the home team here, but Silas Spearman, first carry for him is a big one, 18 yards. Gashed the defense there, and this FIU offense can get the job done. They've looked solid this season. Hit as he throws, though, is Travis Wright. Good defense there, got pressure, and that's going to be what it's about today, getting pressure on the quarterback. And it's 3rd down now. Man in motion to the right for Travis Wright, and he's got a man open. 1st down, they keep the drive alive. Adrian Jenkins was wide open there. Pistol formation now, handoff to Silas Spearman again. He does a little stiff army move in there, gets a 1st down barely. So it's 3rd and 3. Nobody in the backfield other than Travis Wright. He's going to empty it out there. 3rd and 3 has all day to throw. Jenkins has it hit by Simmons, and Chad Robinson comes in to make the tackle short of the marker, but they're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and a toss play to the left side. Jeff Robinson, the backup safety, can't wrap him up, and it's a touchdown. Oh, I mean, at least Robinson would have stopped him. You know, would have still been a 1st down, but he would have stopped him from getting a touchdown at least. But instead, that happens. Old Dominion's offense goes 3 and out, so FIU gets the ball back with good field position, mind you. Spearman handoff to the right side, and he's had himself a great start to the game today. Double-digit runs all over the place. The defense can't stop him. Bunch to the left for Wright, and this time they key on Spearman on the option, and he gets blown up by Jack Tocho. Not fooled on the option keeper. 3rd and 4, things looking better for the Old Dominion defense. If they can stop Travis Wright in the FIU offense here, looking to get pressure. Wright has nobody open, and Chad Robinson and Kanye Anderson both on the sack there. Anderson does get the credit for the sack, but Robinson has as much of a part of that as Anderson did. So it's going to be a long field goal try of 53 yards here. This one up, and it is going to go right through the middle. FIU takes the 10-7 lead. And McCarley on 3rd and 2 gives it to Harvey Taylor. Really like Harvey Taylor. He's a good running back. Gets his time, that's for sure. It is a wet day. It's got to be miserable out there for everybody involved, but the fans came out strong. And Connor Martin does it. 100 career receptions for the tight end. Century mark. It's a good day. Good day for Connor Martin for him to reach that. He had a chance to do it last game, and miscommunication. McCarley threw that well short of where Brandon Ellison was running. It looks like he thought Ellison was going to run a curl route, and Ellison just kept running straight. Tommy Patrick does put the tying field goal through, so not a big deal. And I don't know what I'm more surprised by here, that the number 3 team in the country is getting beat by Iowa State, or the fact that West Virginia is the number 3 team in the country. Don't know. But FIU, their drive would come to a quick end, so Dixon on the punt return here has room on the left side, and generally don't like to put starting players, like starting running backs, in return positions. I like to save that for backup guys to kind of let them earn their way onto the team by doing well in special teams, and Carly sacked. But Dixon's a very good punt returner. He got 21 on that return, and that's all we can ask for. But this sack sets it back a little bit for OTU, so it's 2nd and 17. Carly's going to go back to pass, going deep. He's got, Massey drops it diving. He had his man beat too. He had him beat, and he drops it diving for the ball. Maybe the wetness playing a part in that. Carly looks, he's got Dickens. Dickens past the marker, and on 3rd and long, they convert. Philip Dickens is a solid receiver who's having himself a nice year. He leads the team, by the way. Carly going to roll out. Now he's going to take off. He's going to look. He finds Philip Dickens over the top, and it's 32 yards, a touchdown. That was unexpected. A busted bubble screen play because it was well covered. Carly rolls out, extends it, and actually the coverage over the top wasn't too bad, but they were just a little slow in reacting to that play. Dickens touchdown at 17-10 with 1 minute and just under 15 seconds to go in the first half. Looking good for FIU, though. Jenkins is their top receiver. Travis Wright has nice time to throw and finds Palmer for 14 yards. They're moving the ball nicely right down the field against ODU. 1 timeout left for FIU and 52 seconds on 3rd and 5. At least hold them to a field goal here. That would be the ideal situation. And Palmer drops it. He tried to turn and run with it before he even had possession, thus dropping it, so it's field goal time. And this guy can make a 53-yard field goal, so I don't think he has much of a problem making about a 30-yard field goal. It's 17-13, ODU's lead cut to 4. Pistol formation, Dixon gets the handoff right up the middle, runs over a defender, and the ball comes out. It's a fumble recovered by the defense, and they have a chance maybe to even go down and get another score before the half. Oh my, Dixon ran over a defender, maybe ran too hard and fumbles it. But there is in fact a review. Was he down before the ball came out? It does appear that his elbow hit the ground before the ball was coming out. Hard to get a really good angle on this, but the ball comes out apparently after his elbow is down. And yes, in fact, the call is reversed, so ODU will actually retain possession because he was ruled down. Thank goodness for that. Certainly the wet conditions not making it easier for ball security. McCarley's going to find Dickens, a nice gain there. 15. Great day passing the ball to Philip Dickens. He's made a lot of good plays. 2nd and 9. ODU has 1 timeout trying to find somebody deep as Dickens over the top, and good defense because he might have had a touchdown there. So it's 3rd and 9. McCarley is going to try a shot here, and it's going to be intercepted. Luckily, he won't have a chance for a good return. But that kills hopes of Old Dominion getting any kind of score before the half. FIU would just run one quick running play that went nowhere just to take it into the half. And it's 17-13. The Monarchs holding on to a slight lead over the Panthers. Interesting first half, but the key was Silas Spearman ran for just over 100 yards. He had 101 yards rushing in that half. Some of their negative rushing yards coming from sacks and a couple other negative plays against the quarterback. But Spearman had himself a little over 100. But Old Dominion, not unusual for the Monarchs to lead in time of possession. Generally a team that possesses the ball. And Spearman's first carry of the half, well defended. Certainly a big talk at halftime for ODU was cutting down on the big running plays that they were giving up on defense. That was a big problem in the first half, and there's a flag. Quarterback got hit, and he was hit late. It's roughing the passer. That's going to tack on 15 yards, and that's Chad Robinson. Can't be doing that. Got to know better than to do those late hits on the quarterback. Silly penalty. So 1st and 10 right on an option keeper. And look at all the room he has to run with. Good grief, 15 yards. He could have maybe gotten more yards than that, actually. He should have. But he cut it to the kind of the wrong side there. So handoff to Spearman here, and it's TJ Armstrong blowing it up. They're not going to let Spearman beat him in the second half here. Great defense. 3rd and 13. So many yards to gain now for FIU. Old Dominion can kind of sit back a little bit more, but look at that play. Beautiful pass, and Kevin DeLoach makes the catch. 1st and 10. Nice job on 3rd down there, and Spearman's going to get the handoff on a draw play. He destroys. TJ Ricks got his face imploded on that play. I don't even know how to describe it. I think I used the wrong word, imploded there. But look at this. Terrible defense, terrible controls, and terrible everything leads to Travis Wright, and FIU now has the lead. That was not good defense. 2017 FIU leads here early in the 3rd quarter. McCarley dancing around looking for Privet. It's almost intercepted. Whew. That drive would come to an unfortunate end. But look at Chad Robinson getting on the quarterback and the option keeper. Nowhere to go. 2nd and 14 after that 4-yard loss. And Spearman gets destroyed. They are swarming on the running game right now. Spearman has nowhere to go. Kavon Walker credited with the tackle, but there was just about everybody on that play getting a hand on the ball carrier. Jenkins well short of the marker. Great defense again. That's Kavon Walker for the 2nd time. Punting situation here in 4th and 8. Wait, they're going to fake it. It's Jeff Johnson. What in the world? Nobody on Old Dominion was fooled by that play. You see how they quickly recognized that? Nowhere to go, so turnover on downs there, and it's Philip Dickens on 1st down. He gets 13. What a receiver he's turned out to be. Early in his career, didn't think much of him. Look at Dixon. Shaking off the tackler, gets about 12, 13 yards. But I was going to say, Dickens didn't think much of him early in his career, but he's developed into a nice receiver. One of the best on this team. Dixon running very well right now. Once he gets going, you get him hot, he's going to tear defenses apart. He's just had a hard time getting going the past few games. 3rd and 5. Carly's going to roll out again, and this throwing, it's Brady Massey, and he had possession of the ball across the goal line. It's a touchdown. An unexpected touchdown. Maybe a second time, because last time McCarley did that, he rolled out, he threw it to Dickens. Scored a touchdown. Massey was coming back for the ball and did actually have possession of the ball across the goal line, so it is a touchdown. And ODU's 24-20 lead looking pretty solid right now. 3rd and 9. Got to get going on defense, though. Can't give up any big plays. It's been a tendency for them to get third down plays like this. 23 yards. It's been a problem. FIU's offense has looked solid in this game. Their passing game has been a little bit more successful because ODU has been focusing on killing the run game. And this Chris Cleveland 4-yard loss. Cleveland's been a bit quiet. He doesn't show up too much, but when he's on the field, he can make plays. It's just sometimes he's not always there. And Dixon a 4-yard loss on the draw play. Not working. It's 3rd and 14, but 3rd and long has been a friend of Old Dominion's today. And that's no different on this play. Brady Massey gets in behind the zone there. Was ahead of the deep zone, behind the short zone, and Brandon Ellison. Another 3rd and long conversion. The first 2 downs for Old Dominion have not been very good today, but 3rd down and long has been where it's at. Weird enough. Funny how things like that work. But you can't rely on that all the time. If you want to go up against the big boys, you got to avoid those situations. Look at Dixon spinning out of a tackle and gets 12 yards. Old Dominion looking good on this drive. They can put this away, turn it into points here. We're in the 4th quarter. They might be able to secure a victory. Still plenty of time, though. FIU wants to hold them to a field goal. It's 3rd and 5. That's a very real opportunity. 3 minutes to go in this game. McCarley rolls out, and this time instead of throwing it, he's just going to run it into the end zone. And just about every time McCarley rolled out today, a score happened. 31-20 is the lead. Under 3 minutes to go. And FIU, they need at least a field goal to make it a one-score game. He's sacked. Fumble is recovered by the offense, but the defense sets them back 8 yards, and time really ticked off the clock there, which is not what they needed. But a miscue by Falante Misher lets this play get a little bit too much out of hand. It's 41 yards. They're going to run no huddle. No surprise there. Time is ticking, though. They are wasting some precious time. Travis Wright looking to throw in Deloach. Even if he had caught that, he was going to be stopped short of the first down, and clock would have kept running. Corner blitz by Donald Simmons there. Gets picked up, but Marlowe 2 yards short of the 4th down, and they could kick a field goal and make it an 8-point game, but instead they're going to go for it. Spearman on the toss play, and Marcus Massey blows it up, going nowhere. And Silas Spearman has been held to 15 yards in the second half rushing. He had just over 100 in the first half. The defense held him to just 15 yards in the second half, and that's it. ODU holds on, 31-20, extends the winning streak, and they continue the Conference USA title defense, playing very, very well lately. What a game. It was a good game for ODU, and it wasn't perfect, but McCarley 15 of 28, 214, 2 touchdowns, an interception, sacked twice. Not a bad day. Dixon 20 for 83 and a touchdown. McCarley also had a touchdown. It's been getting a lot better offensively for Old Dominion. I'm feeling good about this offense, about the players, about the overall scheme. It's working pretty darn well so far. DJ Armstrong, he's come on nicely at the middle linebacker position. Like the way our defense has been playing. The running game did really well for FIU in the first half, but the second half adjustments were made, and things really slowed down for FIU's offense once they didn't have the threat really of the running game. So The adjustments made at halftime were fantastic. The defense played very well. And continue this season playing great football. I said it over and over again, but this team is getting better and better. And McCarley has kind of helped elevate the offense, I think, with a better passing game. But as you can see, Spearman, 116 yards. That's still a good day and a touchdown. But when you consider the polarizing numbers between the first half and the second half, that's, he could have had a 200-yard game right there. Leroy Owens had 12 tackles. Good grief. Stanley Silverane, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. That's good. The defensive end, but other than that, they couldn't get much pressure. We have a quarterback like McCarley who can just scramble out of those situations, too. It's very hard to get a lot of sacks on those guys. But overall, things are going nicely this season, continuing to stay undefeated in conference play, but it's not going to get easier because there are some interestingly tough opponents on the schedule for Old Dominion. Marshall is having a nice season. Middle Tennessee is playing very well this season, and if you remember, Middle Tennessee did not have a good year last year, and they nearly beat Old Dominion. We had to really had to really play well at the end of that game to win it. And up next, we'll stray away from that Middle Tennessee talk. We'll save it for later. Marshall, 5-2, 2-1 in conference play. But if Marshall beats Old Dominion and wins out, Marshall will win the division because they have the tiebreaker. They won 5 games to start the season, have lost the last 2 against Western Kentucky and Georgia State, and they were pretty bad losses. I was surprised to see that happen, so we'll see. But look at Gunnar Holcomb. He's having a nice season at quarterback. We'll see if Old Dominion can stop that offensive attack by Marshall in the next game. See you guys then.